Hello and welcome to today's video. I had something else planned to film today, but I don't have a lot of time because I have to go and vote for the next president of Ireland. I love voting. I get so excited to vote. I love doing it. And then I have to go and collect Maya from preschool. So I don't have a lot of time to film. I probably have about half an hour. So I have all of my base done, foundation. I have the Eldridge foundation on. I have colour corrector under my eyes, eyebrows, and I think that's it. So I kind of thought, okay, what can I do in a short space of time that is guaranteed to not go wrong, you know, that I know is going to go okay. And then I was like, well, why don't I just do the makeup look that I do when I don't have a lot of time? That's what I do most days when I'm doing makeup, is something that I know is guaranteed to go right. And you know, I'm not necessarily experimenting, I'm just doing something that I know is going to work, and I'm using like products that I can rely on. So I thought that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to do like a quick, easy makeup look, but it's still going to look like impactful. It's still going to look like, you know, like I'm wearing makeup. It's the perfect time to do something like that because I don't have a lot of time, and that's realistic for most people. Most people don't have hours and hours to spend. Oh, it's sunny. So I thought, okay, let's be realistic and say, what would I do if I didn't have a lot of time to do my makeup? And this is it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I had to move because the sun was like directly in my eyes. So it's just, you know, when you film in the morning, it's kind of hard because the sun is like very bright, which is lovely, but it's just like harder to film. So I'm going to start with the product that I used, I think, in my last video. And if you've seen any of my videos, you've probably seen me use this product because it's one that I use like several times a week. This is the Eldridge Liquid Silk in the shade Ione. It's like a neutral, cool shade, but it's just like a perfect starting point. But it also can be just a look all on its own because it's just really easy. So what I tend to do when I don't have a lot of time to do makeup, but I still want to put makeup on and I still want it to kind of look like I'm wearing makeup, I'll usually just do like a liquid eyeshadow and then apply a shimmer on top. And it's just two products. It's very, very quick and easy. It's something that I know is not going to take ages, you know, to blend and whatever. So this is the KJH and Spectrum number 10 brush. I'm just blending the edges with that, and you can apply as much or as little of that as you want depending on how much of a base you want. But that's it. That is the like base of the eyeshadow done. So I'm going to do the other eye and then come back, so just to have some kind of a base on my eyes for the shimmer that I'm going to put on top. Before I had this, I was using the Hindash colour fluid in the shade Carve. I know that a lot of people love the Armani ones. I haven't tried those. I have some of the Violette ones. I have obviously the Eldridge Liquid Lurex as well. I have some of the Danessa Myricks Colour Fix, and I have some of the Half Magic. There are loads of brands that do this kind of product. It just depends on the shade that you want. I just find that this formula is just really, really easy to use, and this shade in particular, like I mentioned in my last video, I can't rave about these enough. I just think they're amazing. Sometimes I will take it under my eye, but today I don't think I will. I feel so tired today, and I feel like I look tired, so I don't know if I want something under my eye, but sometimes it's good to lean into that because it looks like you've done it on purpose. Next up, I would usually use something like Half Magic Blushing Lizard or one of the Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadows or something like that on top, or even like the Victoria Beckham Lid Luster in Tea Rose, which I love. Well, I don't know what, I feel like going for something kind of quite fun today. I'm going to use one of the single eyeshadows from the Bellabeautébar and Noopur Makeup Coalescence collaboration. So I have the palette, but I also got two of the singles, and I have them in this little Sampler Beauty tin. So I'm going to use this shade, which is called Aurora. I've used both of these before, but I just really wanted to use this today because I just find like it's just such a lovely duochrome kind of like sparkly dimensional eyeshadow. So, and it looks different depending on what base you have underneath it. So I'm going to use that today. And I'm just gonna, I think, use my finger and then just blend it out lightly with a brush. So I need to get a brush. And I'm gonna kind of go quite lightly, but these are very like pigmented. I'm gonna try and tap it like close to my lash line. It's really, really sparkly. It's not gonna be for everyone, but I love it. But if you want something like this, but you don't want it as foiled as this kind of shade, the Half Magic Blushing Lizard is very, very similar. And it's just not as like, wow, is this? Like, it's still a beautiful eyeshadow, but it's just not as like foiled, I suppose, looking, or as like reflective as this one. Like, I'm using a really small amount. And kind of like a pink, blue, green shift to it, and I'm just kind of pressing it on with my finger all over my lid. Let's kind of go into the sun to see that. Oh, it's just such a stunning shade. And then I'm going to take a little fluffy blender brush and just really kind of lightly blend the edges. You could apply this with a fluffy brush if you wanted to make it more scattered looking, but I just use my finger because I wanted a little bit more concentrated kind of, and then blend it out towards the edges. So that's basically it. It's like such a gorgeous eyeshadow. So I'll do the other eye and then come back. I'm gonna just show you how that looks in the sunlight. It's just like so incredible. Okay, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. I'm gonna just do a tiny little bit of liner on my outer corner, and this is the Lisa. This is the very well loved Lisa Eldridge Seamless Glide Eye Pencil in Ground Coffee. I'm using the Glossier. I bought one of these, a new one of these recently because I love this sharpener. But it's the Glossier sharpener. I've had like 2 of them over the years and one of them broke, so I bought another one because it's so good. And now I'm just going to do like a little bit of liner just on my outer corner. So I'm going to just use this because it's like a kind of a dark brown. And I'm just going to kind of stamp it nearly. Just really on the outer corner. And I'm using this weird kind of double-ended brush from It Cosmetics because my other liner brushes are dirty. So I don't really have the one I would normally use. I'm just going to drag that out a little bit. And it just gives a little bit of a kind of a nice lift to the outer corner. So I'll do the other eye and come back. So that is my 2 eyes lined, just a really slight little bit of a wing. And it's kind of more straight out than it is like up. And then I'm going to use this mascara that I used the last time, the Yuzu by Flowfushi Mote mascara. So I'm going to just, to be honest, I think I've already shown this on camera, so I think I'm just going to do this off camera and then I'll come back. Okay, mascara is done, and I've been really enjoying that mascara since I first tried it in that video last week. It's a really nice mascara. I mentioned that I thought it might be a tubing mascara, and I think it is, but it's like a different type of tubing mascara. Like, it still comes off in tubes, but it's like a little bit different to a normal tubing mascara. It's a little bit more long wearing, I think. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to look into the formula of it, but that's my experience of removing it. I'm gonna use the Haus Labs concealer. I'm just gonna do a little dot. Even though I'm quite tired today, I've used color corrector, so I don't think I need too much concealer, although I could be just fooling myself. I'm going to use this really old Real Techniques brush to just pat that in. There isn't a lot of fallout with that eyeshadow, but yeah, if you like a really sparkly eyeshadow, those Bellabeautébar ones are incredible. It was my first time trying the brand, was like buying that collaboration, but it's like they're absolutely stunning. Like I said, they're not going to be for everybody because I know that some people don't like really sparkly eyeshadow. Some people would prefer something a bit more subtle, but also it's down to how you apply it. Patting my concealer in as is tradition, and that just stops it from kind of looking too heavy or like settling into the lines under my eyes, or like the fine lines under my eyes. I'm gonna might do a little bit of this Sweed pencil. This is the Sweed Satin Kohl eyeliner in the shade Bright. It's this like little one for your waterline. And again, I don't want this to be too like thick or obvious because it looks kind of a bit unnatural then, but it just kind of brightens up my eyes a bit because I just felt like my eyes looked very red this morning. Next, I'm going to do half my face is in is in the sun, but it gives you a different perspective on how the makeup looks, hopefully. So I'm going to just do some of the KJH soft smudge stick in the shade Soft Berry, and I'm going to mix it with some of the pink highlight shade, which is this one. So I bought the highlight and then they sent me the smudge stick. So I'm going to just mix it up on the back of my hand because that's just the easiest way for me to do it. Try and be a little bit kind of... I don't mind actually wearing a good bit of blush with this eye look because I'll go a little bit more subdued with my lips, I think. So I don't mind this kind of coming up nearly higher on my cheeks. A little bit across my nose and kind of here, and then up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see how this looks because in the sunlight it looks completely different from here, like in the shadows, but I think it's okay. I'm just going to use my concealer brush to kind of blend those edges a little bit, because sometimes when you bring it up close to your eye it kind of like looks a bit funny. So I'm just going to take my foundation brush and again just blend the edges. Now I'm going to just do a little bit of powder in the center of my face, not too much because the Lisa Eldridge foundation is kind of like a self-setting foundation and it doesn't actually really need too much powder. But I'm just going to use a little bit of this Flower Nose, the Shell's Jewel Collection Baked Powder. That is it. It's kind of like a blue, it's supposed to be brightening. I used it with the powder puff that comes with the compact in my last video, but I just prefer powder with a brush because I feel like it just looks a little bit more less powdery. Like it's still powders but without the powdery heavy powder look. Going to just do a little bit of setting spray. I don't necessarily need this, but I'm just going to do it anyway. The NYX face glue. So my lip combo is going to be from an Irish brand called Poco Beauty, and this is their Soft Blur Lip Contour Stick. Both of these products are made in South Korea, so they are that more like soft, powdery, blurred, thicker lip liner, similar to the Romand one that I have, the Lily by Red one, and then the KJH Precision Sculpture Silo. It's that same kind of a formula. So I'm just going to be quiet and do this. This is the shade Lowkey, and it really is low-key. It's like literally just slightly darker than my lip shade. So the one thing I will say about this, I think the formula is lovely. It's very soft and blurring and very forgiving on like your lip lines, but I just don't think it's going to work on deeper skin tones than mine because I just think it's going to be too pale. They do have two other shades, but I think one of them is even paler than this, or like more neutral. This is kind of like a cool tone shade. But I love this kind of formula because it kind of nearly fills in your lip line. So you can see the contrast between the liner and my lips, and there's not a lot of difference. It's a very, very like subtle light formula. I think it's really nice if you don't like a normal liner formula. It's like not nice and soft and really, like really easy to blend, so you can kind of like blend that into your lips. And it kind of gives a little bit of volume to your lip line, but without like being that really harsh lip liner kind of a formula. I think they could definitely do with doing some darker shades and more kind of maybe sculpting shades, you know. I've tried one of the shades, but it is quite light, and I'll try the other one and see what that's like. I think it's more of a red though. So I'd love to see them do more shades because I think the formula is really, really lovely if you don't like a traditional lip liner. But I really like that. I think it's a really nice formula if you're like any kind of way self-conscious about the like lines around your lips. And then I'm going to use their Water Glow lip tint in the shade Silk on top. The packaging is really nice on these products. I just think it's really like chic packaging. This again is like a cool toned kind of shade, but it's really nice. It's made in South Korea, so it's very similar to other like K-beauty lip products that I've used. It's like a glossy lip stain essentially. I want the concentration of the colour to be in the centre of my lips. So I want the main colour to be there. Again, I think this shade is lovely, but it's sheer enough that it probably will work on a lot of skin tones, but I just think they could do some deeper shades. They've only come out with 3 in the contour stick and 3 in this, so I'd say they probably will do more. That's just one thing to note, is there's not a lot of options with the colours. But I think that is such a nice kind of coolish toned shade that I think will work on a lot of like pale skin tones. Yeah, it's a really lovely shade, kind of like that pinky mauve kind of a shade. And again, it's like a glossy lip tint, so it's gonna stain your lips a little bit and give you the glossy finish, and then as you top it up, it will get like the stain will get darker. But I love this kind of lip product, so you know, it really is my kind of thing. And I think in combination with the contour stick, they work really well together because it's kind of softened your lip line. It gives definition, but in a soft way, which is what I really like. And then this is like a nice long wearing glossy lip stain. But I really like that shade. I think it like works really well on my skin tone, and I like it with the soft berry blush and then the kind of like pinky tones in the eyes. I think it's nice. It's a nice kind of cohesive makeup look, I think. So that is it. That's the makeup look. It's very quick and easy. If I wasn't talking through everything, it would have taken me like 10 minutes to do that, because it's just such a quick look, and I do this kind of look all the time when I don't have a lot of time. It's just literally like 2 products on your eyes, well, the liner as well and the mascara, but like it's just not a lot of work. It's very easy, and you can use your fingers if you want to, or use brushes, whatever, and it's just really easy to do, but still kind of like impactful. And I really love how that eyeshadow looks in the sunlight. It's just such a lovely shift. But like I said, if you have tried the Half Magic products, they give a similar effect, and I really love them. You can get duochrome eyeshadows from loads of different brands, but I just wanted to try this one because I bought it recently and I just really loved how it looked over other eyeshadows, so I wanted to try it over that Lisa Eldridge one because I think it's a really nice combination. Like it's a duochrome and it's shimmery, but it's not too deep, so I think it's still really like nice and easy to wear during the daytime, which is the only time I wear makeup because I don't really go out anymore. But anyway, as much as I love doing like recreations and intricate makeup looks, I don't always have the time for that. So this is the kind of look that I would do day to day when I just want to like put makeup on, but I don't have time, or I don't want to like do anything too mad. I usually just use a liquid eyeshadow and then like something shimmery on top. So it's just my preference. Just give a little close-up of the whole look. Forgot to add my freckles. I knew I looked a bit weird. This is the Rimmel pencil again to like add my kind of like darker freckles back in, or else I don't look like myself. So that is it. So I really hope you enjoyed the video and got something from it. It's a really accurate, I suppose, a depiction of what my actual day-to-day makeup is like, because I don't like usually have a lot of time to do makeup. So this is what I normally would wear, like, and I just think it still doesn't look too much, but it's like fun and interesting, and I like the shimmer on your eyes is kind of like all I really need. It's not necessarily very autumnal, but it's fun and I love it. So that is it. If you enjoyed the video, give me a little thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. Have you tried any of these products, or let me know what your go-to products are for when you're like in a hurry or you want to get your makeup done quickly and easily. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of this kind of video. Let me know if you have any requests or anything like that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week with another video.